Hey guys and gals on YouTube, how y'all doing? Dave Boyd here, and going to talk about Spyrius. This is the recon robot. Was a parts one that was turned back into a working set. One of the wheels is a little bit has some whitening to it, so I can tell it from the other ones. This is a Robo Guardian, which has a unique thing I see in the commercial with the little levers in the back. You can drop the arms. And he is still incomplete. He's missing the bomb fin piece here on the back. Goes on the back of the head. I'll show you that in close detail. What we're making this video about mostly is talking about this washer, Major Kartofski. He is a basis of later Lego droids. And this one, the head is pretty stuck, but there he is. Great printing. Has this clear crash helmet. No air tanks, no back printing. Now, apparently in England, he was usually called Major Kartofski. In the US, he's just a droid. Now, as you know, this was a toy line, so some of the history is made up afterwards. If you're curious, SP041 is his catalog number. In 1994 through 96 is when the Spyrius line was, with that weird release of a single unit in 1999, which was that little craft. But if he is Major Kartofski, or if he is a commander of Spyrius, then why would he choose to be in a droid form? And you could maybe pretend that, the Lego maniac, as they say, that, he was transplanted from something else, like a General Grievous from Star Wars. But I actually rather like the idea that, because there's so many of them, right? And they're included in every set, which is, that was done at the time, because all three figures are unique in the Spyrius line. You got a regular Spyrian who has enough unusual face printing that makes him stand out, and then the one that everybody calls a chief with the printed circuitry on his helmet and a very unique expression, shall we say. So the only really armor builder potential, unless you want to do a head swaps, is Major Kartofski, or the U, and he's known around most of the world as the droid. And if you think about it, you're going, well, I don't want an army of named characters, but if he's as intelligent as he would be reported on various fandom sites, then his very design, his very intention is to blend in with a sea of droids, so that no one knows who the real Major Kartofski is. Also, Major is kind of an interesting rank. It suggests that there's an unknown, kind of a shadowy commander, probably for Spyrius. But that's enough of that. He is a very cool character. He was a forerunner of the other droids. And he was the first robot minifigure, so that's really cool, too. Now, on eBay and Bricklink and other places, I was going to end up with broken lots. And, like, he's missing a hand, which is not a big deal. But the clear helmet, and to get the clear helmet might kind of hard to do. I think, oh yeah, he's got a major correct torso here too, see it, full separation. Now, the reason I'm keeping him around, one is potentially for parts, but also he makes a great casualty. If you're going to do like mocks and you're going to follow the theme, the fluff, of the droids being kind of like an army builder. Now, let's talk about army builder. So he's missing the bomblet on the back. Here's one that's complete. I don't know that having this thing on the back really helps, but there's a unique feature that kind of makes sense. Who would have thought that I'd be trying to solve the lore of children's toys, right, at this age? Okay, let's tilt this forward. I like the use of the wheels, kind of makes it almost look like tracks. And to be honest, the original Terminator movie, I'm kind of getting the hunter-killer vibes. Magnet, and there's a magnetic piece here. Okay, back to what I was going to say. Is his head, it's got this bomb thing on the back, which looks obviously, and it is, jet propulsion. And if you break him loose, he's designed to be broken loose. It has, looks like anti-thrusters down here, so this would obviously be like a ship. Okay. What is curious, however, is in the back of this robot. And this particular one doesn't like to give it up. There it is. There's this very small build. It's obviously some sort of a, craft. Has a lot of propulsion on the back and has the same anti-studs in the same shape, allowing you to attach this one as a head also. And if you look at the way it's made to look like a head. In fact, I think it looks a bit like Major Kartofski, actually. Once more, suggesting that while he's probably seen as the commander, he probably gives orders, and there's probably a whole army of droids. They never really know who the real Major Kartofski is. But this is an interesting little play feature, I thought. Something that I don't know if a lot of people really talk about it. I haven't seen all the different videos on Spyrius. Spyrius is very large, and it's kind of an enigma even now. But I was always a little bit bothered by the fact it has a smash and grab for what's supposed to be spies. It seems very violent and very aggressive, actually. But, oh well, what do I know? And the one play feature, if you look where these arrows are, as these open up, and this little box comes out, and usually there's like those little plates in it, although this one is empty. And this just attaches to here. And I choose to never display it this way because it looks like he's carrying a lunchbox, even though we know that's not really the case. Once you've seen it that way once, it kind of ruins it for you. So we got, right here, we got 2 of these, and this one will be complete. That's kind of cool, right? I mean, let's face it. One thing about Lego is it wasn't good in numbers. And then we got the little recon droid, which would be probably very good for anti-personnel with the little grabbers. And also, you notice he's got the little gun builds on the side here, which double as a pistol that the Spyrius Chief carries. And it is correct. I've got the hose back on and everything, so I guess he can go back into the official shelf. Anyways. I'm sorry, they look like they're kind of smiling. It's hard for me to take it seriously. Anyways, I don't know what I'm going to do with these builds. I just kind of love the color of the Spyrius, and I kind of like the idea of it. Oh, hey. And while we're here, I guess we can talk about this. I did not realize, but there's a Spyrius Chief figure here. Let's take a look at him. The printing on the helmet, the visor, and the unique look. Great looking figure though. But when you put him in here, there really isn't much room. It's almost like this is meant to be something like a radio controlled or remote, except that it's got a window here. So suspend your disbelief, I guess. And I think I have the regular Spyrius dude right here. We'll call him the dude. Same helmet, same, except there's no printing. But look at that face. You could army build with this one, but you may have to just use plain, smiley faces or something. Anyways, very excited about Spyrius. I really like the colors, and it's an impressive build. I mean, it's a little weird. They use the rockets here and stuff, but it's early Lego, and when you start collecting Spyrius, you sometimes just sort of want it all, and it just never seems complete because how are you going to find all these sets anyways? So anyways, until next time, appreciate the views and the great community out there. Y'all stay safe. Ciao.